She told us about the plumbing. You got the plumbing done on this house, right?
I got the plumbing done on it.
We talked about what to look for under the house. I think it's time to go on the inside.
Mobile Home Mami.
What's up, everybody? This is what you're supposed to look for when you're walking through a mobile home. I got my two goons with me. No, I'm joking. I got my two favorite people with me. Roshada Bean from Memphis, Tennessee, and California Love over here from Fresno, right? Fresno. And we're gonna take y'all through a mobile home to let you know what you should be looking for when you're about to purchase a mobile home. So y'all, let's start with the outside and tell them what they should be looking at. Let's act like we're interested. This is already Roshada's property, but we're gonna act like, you know, what we're actually looking for. We'll let you start for the outside.
So the first thing would be our roof. We can kind of walk back here.
So when we get far back,
the roof is not flat. So it's not an older model home, but it's actually a 1996.
She got some years on her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got you.
All right. Then I always look at windows. I always look at the actual outside of the trailer, like the siding. I'll eventually want to paint it. That's just me.
Okay.
But you probably would say just power wash.
For me, for this one, I would paint it just because of the rust on the side of it. So I agree with the painting. Yeah. What you look for on the outside of a mobile home?
So I try to look. I try to look and see the conditioning of the home, and I try to compare it to whatever I've seen in the park when I'm driving in. Like Sis said, I look for the roof to see if there's any visible holes from a distance, or if there's any rust. And if there is, then you can buy the.
If it's rusty?
If it's rusty up top, just
cool seal.
Cool seal, there we go. Cool seal and roll it out. I done forgot. But yes, that's typically what I look for. And with this one, I would probably power wash it starting out while it's just sitting, and then after a while, I would eventually paint it.
All right.
Sis know a very good painter, so.
Yeah.
So what would y'all do about the bottom? Let's talk about the bottom, because a lot of people get concerned like, but wait, I can see under the house, what's going on?
So the bottom, you want to get
underpinning.
They use underpinning. They call it underpinning here in Cali. I call it skirting.
I call it skirting too in North Carolina.
I didn't learn underpinning until I came out here the first time. When she said, I was like, what's an underpinning? But she showed me, oh, that's the skirting. But
right.
So anyways, underpinning and skirting. So you want to get that, and then that's going to basically make it look like that over there. But we don't want to buy that metal or tinfoil on the bottom.
Yeah.
But you want to get the white, nice looking one. So that way it covers up the whole bottom. But if you didn't buy it, then that's what you will see underneath any mobile home that you look under.
But that's good you pointed that out, because when it comes to the underpinning and the skirting, people prefer to use aluminum or the plastic, and they even have the underpinning that looks like a bricks. So you can, it's fashionable. Yeah. You can buy the basic cheap stuff, which is the plastic. We'll show you that. Or you could buy, you know, the more modeled underpinning. So normally when you see installation that is hanging on the ground, it's because there may be a plumbing issue or a leak somewhere. So make sure that if a home does have skirting on it, that you pull it off to see what's going on.
A water tank goes, and this is the first one I've ever had where it was actually outside of the mobile home.
And if I'm looking around the edge, I can see it probably needs to be, I'm not gonna say reframed, but it's some wood that needs to be replaced because that's rotting at the top. I can see mold on it. Did you get a price quote for it?
I haven't just yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
In North Carolina, I got a water heater, and my guy replaced it. It was $900.
Okay.
Have you had a hot water heater replaced yet?
Not yet, no.
Make sure it is mobile home specific. I had a water heater guy argue with me like, oh, you could just use any standard water heater for a mobile home just like a house. And I'm like, no sir, it needs to be mobile home specific. But unfortunately, as a woman in this industry, I do get challenged a lot. So he bought the water heater, he brought it in the house to install it. And about 30 minutes later, he came out drenching in sweat. And I'm like, Mario, what's wrong? And he's like, it didn't fit. I gotta go get one for a mobile home. Gotta be quicker. All he had to do was listen to me. So make sure when you're getting a water heater that it is fit specifically for a mobile home. All right, let's talk about these steps.
So last year, 7 months ago, the wood was extremely high.
Yes.
So it has gone down just a little bit, but this cost me about $600 for labor and wood from my handyman. So that's not bad.
Be careful when you're getting quotes. Make sure to ask only one handyman for quotes, right?
No, you want to ask 2 or 3 different quotes.
Right.
If you ask one quote, then it might be a guy that's trying to pull the wool over your eyes
and play you.
But
$2,000,
but not even pull the wool. You just want to compare.
You just want to.
Yeah, that might be his price. Cause y'all, we can't argue when people say my price is my price. This is how much I charge. There's no need to argue. We don't argue with. You're a cosmetologist, right? You've been doing hair for how many years?
19.
Can I come in and get a permanent blowout for $20?
Absolutely not.
Why not? How much you charge?
I charge 90.
I don't want to pay 90.
Oh, well, you can go to Missy up the street.
Exactly. Her price is her price. So
I charge what I charge.
That's it. Now, I'm not saying you can't try to negotiate with him and say, well, if I buy the material, can you do it for this price? You can try, but you know, I don't argue with people with their price, or if I feel that they're charging too much, that's what you're getting extra quotes for. And be careful when using handymen that are already established in parks. Now, warning, this is just my personal opinion. It is nothing wrong, but if he is the maintenance guy for the mobile home park that has 80+ homes in it, and they call him for everything, he may not be able to be as attentive to your property because he's handling all of these other jobs. So your job may become a weekend job, or it may just become a Sunday job. So still, it's always good to get extra quotes. All right, so we talked about the roofing, we talked about power washing the home. As Roshada said, want to power wash it before we just paint it because it may come out better. Now that rust, you're not gonna be able to power wash that away. She told us about the plumbing. You got the plumbing done on this house, right?
I got the plumbing done.
We talked about what to look for under the house. I think it's time to go on the inside. These some nice steps. I like this.
All right, so the first thing, this area, I can see down the ground.
Ooh.
So it's fine as far as when I walk on it, but this subflooring is very weak. That's the first thing I saw when I came in.
Okay.
All right, you can come on in, just still be
So, is there any other soft spots in this house?
No.
Because you know your coach done fell through the floor before,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes, it's very sturdy.
So, subflooring issue, that's what she was talking about?
All right.
Oh, this is a big house.
Yes. So this is our kitchen.
I like.
It was filthy in here when I first bought it. Stuff was everywhere.
Wow, this is nice. How much you pay for this home, you mind me asking?
$500.
Y'all, she the queen of these $500 specials. This is a nice house. Yep, okay. All right.
Once again, building relationships and establishing those relationships with the park manager.
Okay, so we're in the kitchen. This is our first time walking through a mobile home. What should we be doing just in the kitchen area?
So in the kitchen area, you want to look underneath the cabinets. You want to look at the cabinets.
Okay.
You want to look underneath the cabinets.
What am I looking for?
You're looking for the actual pipes.
Okay.
You're looking for any holes on the wall back there.
Gotcha.
You're looking for the floor to see what's going on with the floor, which looks kind of pretty brand new right here.
Okay. So what should I do if I see, let's say, right here under this pipe, I see like a dark mildew spot? What should I do? Aaron?
I mean, it's a water leak currently, or it's been one. I would definitely turn the water, for me, I would turn, when I go see a home like this, I turn the water on and I let the water run here for like 40 seconds, 50 seconds. And I do the same here because I've been to one and it didn't leak here, but it leaked over here a lot. But if you see a mildew spot, then I would call my handyman. I would call my handyman to come check out the pipes, and I know that there's a leak or there's been a leak. And
Okay.
Currently still good.
Okay.
Now with me, there was no water here.
Okay.
So I had to just trust the fact, like, okay, if it works, great. If it don't, I just have to get it fixed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we're walking through a mobile home in the kitchen, I'm looking under the cabinets. You said look at the cabinets. Why am I looking at the cabinets?
Well, you want to see if you need to clean, how bad the cabinets look, if it's spots, if it's dirty, if they need to be stained, if they need to be painted, because you want it to look presentable.
Correct, yep. Have you ever had cabinets that had mold on it?
I haven't.
So I've had some cabinets before with mold on it, and just know that one house I could spray it with bleach and it came off, but it was another house where the cabinets weren't sustainable and we had to get rid of them. By the way, I'm not just extra glossy. It's hot as hell in this house. So excuse our faces, okay? We doing this for y'all. We want y'all to learn, right y'all? Look real shot.
And then, hey, one more thing, because you said for new people. So what I do when I come, I also check back here to see if it's soft and see the movement and all that, because sometimes this could be soft. Maybe the water leaked from under here. Then like this one is like good, but I'm saying I've been back here and I normally press back there to see if there's any leaks, and like same from under here, we check for water drippage, check back there as well, because if these are leaking, then it'll sit back there. So I look, that's another thing I look for.
Gotcha, okay. So in the kitchen, I'm walking through, the only thing I need to look for is under the cabinets. I need to check, turn the water on both sides, let it run to make sure the hot and the cold is working, to make sure it's not leaking. What about the floors and the windows in the kitchen?
You want to make sure that there's no, be careful with that.
Yeah, that's a vent hole.
That's a vent hole when I don't have it covered up. You want to make sure that you don't see any holes, because you really can't tell if it's a leak until there's rain. But then you want to also check the walls to see
the walls.
If anything is weak or...
How am I checking the walls though?
You pressing.
Yep, we're pressing on it. And you'll be able to feel if it's bulging out, or like Aaron said, if it's wall stains.
Also too, I want to point out, I check the sockets as well.
What if the electricity isn't on?
I'm still just checking just to see how it looks.
How they look, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and currently the electricity is on in here.
It's on.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, and how do I check the floors inside of a mobile home?
Me, I'm sure I don't need to fall through the floor.
Right.
So I'm taking steps.
Yes.
Get
that. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of times people will walk through a mobile home and just say, oh yeah, I walked over here, it's safe. I tell students, move the couch. Don't say, well, it was their stuff, I don't want to buy it. Well, they're trying to sell you their mobile home. So you should say, excuse me, I'm gonna move the couch, because you don't know what the mobile home looks like behind the couch. So don't just walk in the common areas, you want to walk the perimeter, because a lot of times what's happening by the windows?
Moisture.
And it's leaking. Yep, it's leaking right against the windows. All right, so we're walking through the floors. This is some nice flooring. Did you have to replace these floors?
No.
Okay.
This is how it looked when I came in.
Just checking the windows, all right? Make sure it's not bulging out. There's some nice walls. Did you have to replace any of the walls?
No.
Okay, cool.
Not in here.
I'm gonna let you lead us.
Okay. So of course this is our living room. This is the front door. This is how it came.
Oh, you don't have a door. This is
Not
just
yet.
a screen door.
That's just a screen door.
Oh wow, okay.
Or I'm waiting on my other door to come in.
This must be a really good part, because you got toilets in here.
I just got the toilets in today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, this is my bathroom.
All right, I'm gonna go past you.
Okay.
So in the bathroom, what are we looking for in the bathroom?
So you want to step all throughout here. You want to make sure the floor is sturdy, which it is. You want to turn on the faucet, cold water, hot water, let it run, and check under here to see if there's any leaks. And you can just look under here and see if there's any spotting. If there's any spotting, normally there's a leak or there was a leak. And then you also want to try to move the faucet here. You want to press behind here. You want to look at the ceiling, like it's been like a small discoloration up there, which means at some point there was a leak. Don't necessarily mean that it still is one. Yeah, see, that is super firm, so that leak don't matter. You probably just have your handyman fix that. And you just do the same here throughout. And then with the toilet, for me, I come in, I step all around the toilet, because if there's any leaks, then I go all the way around here, it'll be soft, and then I check in the back. And then also with the tub, so the tub, I've seen one before, the tub didn't have no wood or nothing underneath holding it, so you can fall through it, you know. So I don't step all the way in, because just in case something do fall, I grab myself, but I step all throughout the tub, check all the walls, just like I check the floors. Look at the ceilings, check for the water leaks, check the doors, and that's pretty much it as far as the restroom.
So in here, this property didn't have any walls up, so my handyman is actually finishing this rehab with putting walls up, drywall. And then over here, when you look, you want to make sure this is our closet. So this is, you can actually see the aluminum and the insulation that's not present in here. So it actually developed a couple wasp nests. So that's because it's open and they can come directly in from outside. So you want to pull back stuff that's loose to see what's going on back there. Make sure there's no leaks.
I see the installation, so he's working on putting the installation in.
Yes.
So can you talk about how you know if somebody tells you it's a 1998? How can you identify that?
By the data sheet. And the data sheet is usually located either in the master bedroom closet or either in the kitchen cabinet. And then sometimes you've even seen them in the washroom on double wides.
So the data sheet, y'all, is normally a sheet of paper that's stuck here to the wall. And it's like, I call it the birth certificate of the mobile home. It'll tell you the year, the wind zone, the temperature zone. And the importance of the wind zone when people ask is, if you're in a hurricane state like Louisiana, they want to know if, hey, is it a wind zone 2 or is it a wind zone 3? Because mobile homes are built to HUD standards and certain wind zones need to reside in certain properties. Same thing with the climate zones. They need to know that information. So the data sheet is a piece of paper that'll be stuck to the wall, normally located in the master bedroom closets, kitchen cabinet, electric panel box, utility rooms, or in the double wides. I've seen it in the laundry room.
Mostly I've seen laundry room and the master.
I found my first few in the kitchen cabinets. And side note, when you are going through a mobile home, don't be surprised if you see the data sheet but somebody has painted over it. What I do is, if they have the title and they told me it's a 1996, and I know by looking at the home it is a 90s model, and the address says 123 Main Street, and I had to Google 123 Main Street to get here, I take the assumption and say, okay, this title belongs to it. That's my process. You don't have to follow it, but that is what I follow. Oh, they got 2 closets in the master. Okay, what we looking at in here, Roshada?
We're looking for the data safety sheet.
The data sheet, cool. You see it?
Let me see what's up top. I know y'all can't see up there. I'll be the eyes up above.
Nope. So is it anything special I need to be looking for in the master bedroom? I know you told me to check the floors. So I'm checking the floors besides the common areas. I know you told me to push on the walls. Anything else?
Windows.
Check the windows, the window seals.
Moisture.
Okay, for moisture.
You want to check, make sure, see if there's probably been any leaks if the wall is bulging out. Also the ceiling. You want to see spots in the ceiling. So
what does that spot mean? I need to change the whole roof? The whole roof is bad?
No, it could have been a previous leak that's been fixed. So when I came in actually on a day where it was like storming cats and dogs to see if it would be wet. No leakage nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can get some Kills spray paint to spray that. Okay. Cool, cool. I can get my handyman to do it. What do I do with the tub? Like, the tub is pretty dark in here.
So
yep, epoxy. You said epoxy?
You can epoxy, Rust-Oleum.
It's called the Rust-Oleum bathroom kit. So this pretty much wraps up what the most common things you should be looking for in a property walkthrough. Make sure, just to recap, Aaron, what should they be looking for when it comes to the flooring?
You want to check and make sure there's no soft spots. You want to check all the flooring, not just if they have like just a walkway through here. You just want to check that. No, you want to go over here in this corner. You want to go in that corner, this corner, that corner. And you want to just pick it, step around. And sometimes you might even want to move, like they have a rug or something that could be not move but raise up. You might want to raise that up just to see, because I've been in some spots where it'd be a floor and then it'd be like a small hole underneath the rug.
Yep.
That's not where I stepped at. Yeah, it's pretty much that.
Okay. Same thing with the bathrooms and the kitchen sink. Turn the water on, guys. Make sure the hot is hot, the cold is cold. Make sure if it's a double sink, you try both sides so it won't be leaking. Make sure you're looking under the sink. We want to make sure there's no present leaks, and if they were, how long has it been there? Have they been serviced? What you want to say about the walls?
The walls, you want to press on them to make sure they're not bulging out, and then you don't see any dark spots or fading, because if so, you might have some leakage and some moisture somewhere.
And the ceiling, what you want to say about the ceiling?
The ceiling, pretty much similar to the wall. You want to check and see if there's any dark spots, like there might have been some leakage or something like that, and then if there is, for me personally, I just press it to see, and like these walls or these ceilings are very, very sturdy.
Yeah, I just press it too.
Yeah, I seen like where there's discoloration on in the restroom back over there, but I pressed it and it's just as firm as this. So it could have been something in the past, but it haven't damaged the roof and, or the ceiling or anything. So just how you check the wall, I would check the ceiling as well and see if it's drooping down a little bit. If so, that means it's been some water setting up there.
Remember, the data sheet is the AKA birth certificate of the mobile home. It'll let you know the year was manufactured. It'll let you know the serial, the VIN number. The VIN number should match the title. It'll let you know the wind zone, the climate zone, to give you everything that you need. Yeah, we told you about the outside, to check the roof, to check the underpinning,
the skirt,
the installation.
Want to even look at the pipes underneath. You want to touch and feel as well. If you don't want to do it, have your handyman do it.
All right, guys, with that being said, it's hot as hell. We're out. Cut. I want to make a rap video. You know what? I'm so terrible. Don't record that. Mobile home walkthrough and action. Welcome, everybody. We're out here in Tennessee at the property. On the day, I got Roshada with me. And what we're gonna do is gonna take you through a mobile home walkthrough. What's up, everybody? What? Hold on. 3, 2.
We gotta have a blooper reel for this.
Mobile Home Mami.